The descent into darkness. I wouldn't have it any other way. smarts of the worm. A fine little trinket.
Ah, finally! Took down the Devourer, did you? Oh, that's incredible! This is the first real success we've had against the darkness. We can breathe a bit easier. Now, this won't cover our debt to you, not nearly. But take it as thanks. If you find a pound out there, do bring it back.
Yes, I like to hold on to bits and pieces. Any that catch your eye? It's beautiful, except... Stay safe, if you can. where is the source? Well, who is this that adorns the Tree of Souls?
What happened here? This shade, is it still alive? Perhaps it can give us the answers we seek. Only the Count's sword has the power to bind souls to the tree like this. We must free it somehow. To release that being from the Tree of Souls, we'll need more than simply cutting his rope. The ancient runes that imbue the Count's blade created the binding, and only ancient runes can break it. There is a battlefield not far from here that runs red with rust, where the weapons and armor of countless Ezamites still remain. We call it the Red Veil. You should search the area. There may still be power in some of those centuries-old relics. Renly will know how to forge them, bring the runes to him, and then, perhaps, we shall find some answers. I'll wait here. Sorry, I was just elsewhere. The Red Veil played host to the final and bloodiest battle of countless conflicts. It was in the heart of that veil that we fought for our freedom against the Eternals. We did win, in a sense. The cost was far greater than anyone expected. Many generations of able-bodied men and women gave their lives to push off the boot of oppression. Ogham's clans haven't been the same since, even centuries on. My mother's mother told me tales of this tree. Our ancestors used it to attract Fey spirits, until it was given a darker purpose under the Eternals. They would leave Ezamites strung up on the tree, alive, to starve, to be pecked at by birds. So this is the source of my shadowed dreams. Not the tree, but the shade upon it. As strange as it sounds, I believe we should help this creature. For the Count to bind it to the tree, it must be involved in all of this somehow. There is something very wrong in Ogham, and it may know something of it. The great sword Agnar is currently in Count Geonor's possession. But the mighty rune blade was not always his to wield. It is an ancient weapon of the old magics, inspired by the Great Wolf himself. Legend says it was forged and runed for the original clan leader so he might lead his people to a new, safer land. This brought them to Farrell, where they founded Ogham. Ever since, Agnar was passed down to the leader of the strongest clan. When the position of Count was established in Ogham, the sword was bound to the roll. But now, Geonor sullies his remarkable history with his misdeeds. I hope I will live to see the day when someone worthy takes up the sword once more. Search the veil.
Curious. You tarried too long here, sister. Blood. Blood, bones, and rust. Death in a...
Sorry. Finn makes fun of my another for my collection. Thank you.
Yes? Watch yourself out there. How are you faring?
What have we got? Anything take your fancy? Stick to the cairn.
impudent undead. Voice. He sounds like fun.
fun of my collection, but I think it's charming. Bye. I like to hold on to another for my collection. Thank you. Bye.
Furious, I would ask. Bad enough I have all these folks to protect. I've been worried sick about my son ever since the Count's men arrested him. I was hoping you might have seen him when you were in their custody. He's a big lad. But you can't miss him because, well, he's not from around here. I found him washed up on the riverbanks when he was just a child, a Karoi foundling. Perhaps lost by some raiding party. Nobody ever came for him, though. Every day here in Clearfell, I keep my eyes on the river, hoping he'll miraculously wash up on its lonely sands just one more time. That place used to be a kind and warm wood. I even played there when I was young. It's a dark well now, with no way out for most. I'd go with you, but I got people to protect here. Anything take your fancy? Stick to the cairns.
Spirits in the trees be damned. You actually entered the Red Veil and survived. Every Ogham kid knows, if you step 1 foot in there, you'll be skewered and eaten. Well, those kids that are lucky enough to have a mother, that is. You killed the Devourer in its own lair. That's mighty brave of you, hero. Now at least we won't starve to death. One less way to die, I guess. As an esteemed member of no clan at all, I had the distinct honor of wandering through the lovely sights of all 4 seasons. Summer heat, winter chill, take your pick. For company, it was my pleasure to sup with the outlaws, the deranged, and the unwanted. It's simply unthinkable that I never met a nice girl to settle down with, isn't it? It won't be like this forever. I'm gonna build my palace someday. Been planning it since I was small and found myself on my own. Imagine with me, if you will, a vast span of wood above you in the trees. That's the foundation you're looking at. You ascend a tremendous spiral staircase around an ancient trunk and find yourself approaching a treehouse worthy of the first ones. Dozens of lavish bedrooms, two stocked kitchens, tall spires, a tower that looks out over all of Ogham, and half of Farrell for good measure. Isn't it glorious? That's where I really live. This cold, damp, hungry world is just an illusion. Later.
You have them. Stab them into the Runewood sights. Bye. He's unconscious, but he's breathing. Though, this wound... We should take him back to Clearfell. He may be the only one who knows what truly happened out here.
I heard you heading for the village. When I fled for my life, there was no time for me to grab all my smithing tools. If you do manage to reach my forge, you should find them and bring them here. I'll set up a bench, and we can see about working on your equipment. Go well.
The wound. It should be fatal, but somehow he clings to life. I fear it will not be long until his song ends. He will never heal while the Count's binding still holds sway. Only by a Count's hand can this binding be released. I know an old tale. One that speaks of a ring we might be able to recover, buried 3 centuries ago in our ancient graveyard. A Count's signet ring, bearing his rune of authority. But how to reach it in time? A grim tangle. The overgrown sinkholes and gullies that run beneath Ogham can lead you there. The path is dangerous, but go back to the Grelwood. Find the entrance. We shall see if the spirits of this land still have the will to see you through. I survived, but all that I was is gone. Count Gianor has only been growing more and more cruel with his justice. He arrested my father for bringing in the harvest 1 day late, and the rest of my family scattered and fled as the soldiers came for them. I was away when it happened, but my neighbors warned me on my way home, and I fled. Clearfell is as far as I could go before the dangers of the forest closed in. There is scant hope in my heart for my father, but I must believe my mother and my 2 younger brothers escaped, even though my heart tells me that they are just songs now. I keep longing for a ray of light to cut through the darkness of these bleak days. The Devourer is just another victim of the sickness infecting our precious land. Many of Ogham's beasts are fearsome and dangerous, but not like this. The infection in the soil, water, and air is changing them. All of them. It is sad to see such a great creature slain, but it was no longer what it once was. I suppose it had to be done. The first ones ran wild through the Grelwood of old, hunting and brawling as they saw fit. It is said that the spirits of the forest would watch them and be entertained. Over time, the forest became abundant with the joys of those spirits and their old magics. It was a haven for the unity of life and spirit. That place of beauty has now become shadowed and deadly. The curse upon this land has made the known paths of the Grelwood twisted and treacherous, so much so that we can no longer even reach our home. He wears an eloquent mask of words. I doubt anyone here has seen what lies beneath. For many summers, I watched him cut smooth circles around the village square, moving from partner to partner, as if he was attending one of those famed eternal masquerades. Always masked. Always pretending to be something he wasn't. Never serious. It's a shame, because when a masquerade ends, everybody that is real goes home. But he'll still be dancing, masked and alone. The graves of our people lie beneath the Eternal's tombs. Despite their best efforts to bury our legacy, we remain. Now they are gone, and we live on. This is the cycle of life as we have always known it. Everyone dies, but the clan endures, and the greatest glory an Ezomite can attain is to live on in a song or a poem. That is why we do not fight the wood and stone to reclaim our buried graves. And it is something the Eternals never understood. We don't need the graves. We still have the songs and the stories that matter. They could never take those from us.
So, you found a shadow in the forest and you brought it here. Good. Great. Superb. Farewell, hero.
Have a mind of their own.
If the Fae spirits are still watching, I believe they will help us. Please, wait a moment. The old magic still thrives. The way is open. Please, hurry. Please, you must... My mother and I would come here to gather mushrooms when I was young. Ervig the Druid, one of the Grelwood's resident mystics, would meet us and allow us entry. He was well versed in a ton of old magics. But now, well, times certainly have changed. Please, don't eat any of the mushrooms. We need you alive. It fills my heart to see the spirits of the forest answer my call like that. It just goes to show there are still energies in this world that mean to aid us. Move quickly.
some such nonsense. Another of those inscriptions. Should get a root seeker in here.
What's this, then? These inscriptions. I've never laid eyes on them before. Give me a moment.
How illuminating. What just happened?
Illuminating? Good one.
Answer the question.
The energy from the runestone seems to have moved on. What's more, I'm picking up others in the region. If we find more like this, then I might be able to pinpoint where the energy got to. Keep up the search.
What is that toy you keep waving around?
Oh, this old thing. I smithed it myself back home. Quite the tool. I can attune it to the signature of runes, and, well, the brighter it glows, the closer they are. Should come in handy for tracking down more of these. And it has a certain persuasion over Verisium that I've yet to fully understand. These ancient remnants, we've nothing like them back home. They're quite the sight, don't you think?
They're fine, I suppose. But why do they only reveal themselves now?
Perhaps they were always here, and we only see them now because the world's gone to shite. I can't be sure of the answer. Either way, I'm glad to see them. Our inscriptions go way back to the beginning of Ezomite history. Pay no mind to common folk babble. They'd have you believe the first ones bore us from mud and slime. Load of rubbish. I know runic inscriptions like the back of my hand. But of late, I've begun seeing them in the night skies.
Oh dear. I knew you were unwell. You're seeing things in the stars.
That's right. At first I thought I was just enjoying too much fey leaf, but even abstaining from the pipe didn't change what I saw. Rune shapes. In the stars. Clear as the great wolf's howl.
And you think there's some significance to seeing runes in the night sky? Assuming you're not just hallucinating, that is.
Well, I asked around. Not many runesmiths left in Ezomir to ask, mind you. Not much of Ezomir left at all, for that matter. There's one fella, drunk as the day is long. I asked him, "Bertram, you ever seen rune shapes up in the stars?" He grumbled and threw up on himself. That's when I knew I wasn't going to get any answers sitting on my arse. I see them up there. Some just tweaks on existing inscriptions. Others, entirely new. I set my chisel to work and had some unique results. It was then that I decided to learn all I could, to become a rune seeker.
What befell Ezomir? You make it sound like a wasteland.
Ezomir stretches a great distance, and yet many of the clans are scattered, dead, or otherwise unknown. It's a far cry from what we once were. Where I'm from, the Isles of Scoth, well, we've done all right. Not really sure why these runestones are down here, although the mushrooms seem to be growing very well. Wonder if that's related. Rune shapes never cease to surprise. Back to it.
My family has been abducted! That bastard tyrant Praetor Draven! He's taken my family hostage! They're being held somewhere beyond these gates. I never thought he would stoop this low. I sent for reinforcements, but it's been so long. I must get through the gate. The keys! Where are the blasted keys? I believe those cowards took them!
I don't take orders from you.
tô ganhando esse Cold Infusion? 2 Cold Infusion.
Dreadful Draven. Where are you hiding?
Isso aqui. Engraçado, não fala nada. Ah, aqui, ó. Leaving behind a Cold Infusion. Pra ter um move speed, né? Bentinho. Quick slot.
Sorry. I've collected these over time. It's beautiful. I accept. Stay safe if you can.
How's the clear's what I've got? Go well.
Yes.
Wow. legal esses bichos falando. Vida, Energy Shield.
Death is my power.
Não tem nada? É impressão minha. Não tem nada.
Depraved witch, you are not long for this world. I will end your meaningless life. Rend your soul. The spirits yearn. The soul is mine. Rend your soul. Your soul is mine. Surrender!
empire is no more.
Interessante. Mais um lugar.
You did it! Do my eyes again deceive me? You have the keys! You showed those eternal bastards! Use the keys to open the gate! Let's go and free my family! What? Enough talk! At last it's open! Praise the first ones! What is this? Graves! Isabel! Torco! Callum! The family of Count Lachlan of Ogham. My family! This doesn't make any sense! They're dead! Those bastard Eternals! I must make them pay! I must make them suffer!
Old man.
You found the ring. This will most certainly break the Count's binding. Give me a moment.
How long has it been? I was hunted. The Count, he stole something that is beyond dangerous. It will cause sickness, then madness. It can still be contained. We must put the seed back.
This seed, is that the source of Ogham's affliction?
Yes. Please, find it. I am still too weak. This will only grow worse.
So if we are to heal this land, we must find this seed. Beyond our clan graves is the hunting grounds. Cut through those to reach the village. Please, go as quickly as you can and see what you can find. I fear there is not much time.
20 years ago, in the wake of those tremendous events, mankind was busy with its own survival. No one was looking for me, and no one saw me. I lurked in high places and dark places, seeking to keep the seeds safe from men of ambition. In recent years, however, I found myself continually forced to move from place to place. There was always one more hunter, one more patrol, one more grove being cut down or cave being mined. There was nowhere to hide, and my path inexorably took me here, which was apparently exactly where someone wanted me to be. This was all a trap, laid over the course of years, and at colossal expense. Someone wanted the seed at any cost, which surely bodes ill for their intentions. Tread carefully.
Sorry, I was...
This hooded one. What would you like? Go well.
Yes? Goodbye.
I'm picking up another runestone nearby.
Life and death are well balanced here. Disgusting.
My tool is lighting up good and proper here. Go on, see if you can find the source.
Come out wherever you are, rune thing.
You're quite the character, you know. Endearing, actually.
What? Don't say that again.
It sure is hectic out here. The beasts are just as rabid as the Ideally, I'd just keep looking.
Aí, pra onde que ele apontou o negócio? Vamos ver se vai ter alguma coisa.
Same result. The energy has moved on. On the bright side, it seems there's only one more signature left in the region. Seek it out.
They left in a hurry. Perhaps I should follow.
Now see, I used to frequent the Clander's enclave that makes its home high in the trees near here. The locals call it Freythorn. A little while back, a group of strangers arrived out of the deep woods. They made altars like this and started whispering to the others about their religion. That was when I decided to move on. Judging by the size of this one, things have gotten worse. A lot worse. Something's wrong, hero. Something's definitely off. I thought I was imagining the whispers in the shadows at night up there. Thought I was just spooked by the cultists that had moved in. But maybe not. Though it is full of scoundrels, I was mildly fond of a fair few of them. Care to pay them a visit and see how they're doing? Good luck, hero. For now, I'm gonna go.
You've been a bad bird, haven't you? Don't run. We're just playing. We were just getting started.
Mais um bicho aqui ainda, né? É, não é? Driadic Ritual.
Hey, the hunt, are you? That makes two of us. Name's Delwyn. See that there? No, your eyes don't deceive you. That is the spirit. Or at least a form of it. Don't worry, it means for us to follow. Approach, and the hunt begins. Ready? Go on then.
Sabia que tinha tanto ponto assim pra gastar.
Try keep up. Don't lose sight of it.
Mas você tá correndo pra um lugar que não tem bicho. Agora.
Keep on him.
Something had a little too much fun.
That makes it hard. That were a good hunt. Aye, you've the makings of a proper hunter. The spirit thanks ye, and so do I. If you've an interest in these hunts, stick around. We talk more. If we run enough of them, maybe we'll come to understand what the spirit wants of us. I've never known the spirit to manifest itself so openly. I'd tell of it aye, but even in the stories it weren't like this. Our elders spoke of a time when the spirit moved among us, seeking out Rathin, corruption in the modern tongue, and guiding our hunters to it so they could cleanse the land. Seems it's doing the same now, but more often, more urgent. Rathin's spreading, the spirit's calling us to act. Question is, will you answer? Most wisps are small flickers of the spirit, drawn to Rathin like moths to flame. But some burn brighter and seek out only the strongest. You'll know them by their orange glow, bright as embers in the dark. They're not easy to bring down, but I reckon you can handle yourself. Ain't my place to question the spirit. I follow where it leads. But right now, seems to me it's guiding us to rid the land of Rathin. Follow a wisp and you'll see. It lingers, almost like it's waiting on you. But best be careful. Wherever the spirit treads, Rathin stirs, fighting back, like a wounded beast that won't go down easy. Following him ain't as simple as just keeping pace. Chase a wisp, and you'll find every beast it touches turns meaner, stronger, more ferocious than before. Seems like the Rathin in him don't take kindly to the spirit's presence, like a fire raging hotter when the wind picks up. Regardless, the spirit always settles on one in particular. That's the real threat. But don't think the rest will be easy pickings, neither. I'm looking for someone, and there's Mary, like myself. Heard folks say one might have been taken prisoner in these parts a few moons past. You seen anyone like that? No. Suppose I'll have to keep looking then. Wanted to ask her why she... Oh, forget it. She's not here. That's all I needed to know. We as Mary always kept to ourselves. Never troubled the world. And it never troubled us. At least, not till our ancestors took in the vow. And folks still bicker over whether that were a mistake. But that were then. Now, the spirit itself calls on us to look beyond our own. Who are we to ignore its will? Good hunting.
Orang keluar besar. Shade. Pronto, agora eu posso ir pra Feitorn. pontos, vamos ser a inteligência com força. Porque disso aqui, né? É, ó. As minhas duas habilidades principais usam inteligência e força. Eu já não tinha feito Torge não, deixa eu ver. Pior que não. Mas deve estar pra cá.
By decree of the Count of Ogham, to the scoundrels and cowards hiding among the trees of the clanless Perch. As the loyal men of Ogham, by decree of the Count of Ogham, to the scoundrels and cowards hiding among the trees.
There's an immensely disturbing energy here. Time to seek it out. Don't whisper at me from the depths. I am the shadows.
I can't believe it. The whole bloody place has gone mad. Cursed cultists. Please, hero, find the other altars and dispose of them. Put an end to this. I'm gonna check around here for any sane survivors.
Só pensei em outra coisa aqui, peraí. De gêmeo, tô precisando. Última montanha. semua no. Fia. Porra, fica de fora. O speed não. Acho que... legal. Isso vale a pena. Não. Oh, e eu quero... não swarm. No swarm tem... Rick's armor. Ok, legal. O fim. Oh, lá na. Eu com você.
How?
É physical, né? Preciso. É physical spell.
I don't know how to ask this of you, but I was forced to leave behind something of great importance to me when I fled. My lute. It was carved by my mother when she first taught me to sing. It's in my family home, in the farmlands. If you happen to travel near those ways, it would mean the world to me if you could look for it. Stay safe if you can. Yes.
Ah. Eu não gostei. Isso aqui...
It seems shadows haunt us both.
There.
I understand you did what you had to. Please, let us not speak of it further. It seems shadows haunt us both.
Aumenta aqui a radius, né?
So the cultists really did have a king lurking out there in the shadows. Shame. I might have followed him myself if he'd simply promised decent meals instead. Thank you, hero. It's not the result I was hoping for, but at least I know the truth. Clearfell's all I have left now. If I was a drinking man, it'd be a sobering thought.
Acho que eu só não tenho tigelo.
Bye then.
É igual. 135. Tá. Não só passar. Mas resistiu. Hunting grounds.
Last one's got to be around to get us. What's there to talk about? Only one more to find. Get on with it.
Watch your tongue, Pharaoh, lest it forget its place in your mouth.
You really are... Oh, you're serious. Forgive me. Just when you have a chance. The energies have all coalesced. The signature is far greater now.
If it's so great, where is it then?
Those ancient woods. That's where it's leading us.
The Grellwood? Weren't we just there? Ugh, I better not be running in circles for nothing.
Aqui? Não mostra. Grellwood é aqui.
I wish I had visited Ogden before all this. It is sad to see my distant fellow Ezamites suffering this way. But maybe with your help, they still have a chance. Back to it.
que é um bicho. Não. Que mais rápido. Caraca, se fosse um muro. Show. Só, né? Aqui é só.
Ah, the girls' loot. But dear me. Even the darkest.
The village. You must infiltrate the manor and put a stop to this by any means necessary. The fate that befell Ogden Village is only a single raindrop in the storm that is coming. The boundless horrors of mishandled corruption cannot be conveyed simply through words. I only hope that you can find and contain the seed before it is too late. The Count accosted me and stole a very dangerous object. A seed that I have kept hidden from humanity. Somehow he knew that I possessed it. He cannot possibly know how dangerous it is. His attempts to harness its power will court disaster. We must hurry to the village. At the very least, those who are still sane may be convinced to aid in containing the seed. Corruption once had a purpose. Let us term it a disorganizer of what would otherwise be ordered. One consequence of this chaos is the warping of pathways, both through the woods and in the mind. The land so afflicted is never the same when trod upon a second time. Men afflicted by corruption know not where or when they are, only that they are in pain, and you appear as a horrible creature to their distorted senses. All children have imaginary friends. Most grow out of that phase. A rare few refuse to let go, creating real from unreal through sheer stubbornness. Gods born of man certainly exist, but did the gigantic red tiger named Farul actually run the plains of the primordial world? There is no way to know. Will the world end if she and her savage ilk return? The answer, I imagine, is up to those who would stand and fight on that day. Be glad that today is not that day, as far as I know. Do whatever it takes.
You found my loot. I can't quite believe my eyes. This feels like having a small part of my family back again. I can't thank you enough. I think I shall begin by composing a song about you.
You got it.
In the meantime, I would be happy to play for you, if you like.
You'll start playing songs. Best get out of here soon.
Ah, a tale of the dangers of love. Yes. Ah, the exile's landing. Yes? This shade is a curious one. It is quite odd to have a blue-eyed shadow in the camp watching us. But things truly have been taking a turn for the better since you freed him. Some of the folk here consider his presence a sign of good luck. Though I wonder if it is actually you that brings us these better fortunes. It is good. Bye.
Surely we can...
You should have been burned at the stake, witch.
Grateful, thank you, bastard! My wig will be executed now. And so, who is the true master of death?
He killed Eamon. Just killed him. I don't know what to do. Clearfell is safe. We have to get out of here. We can talk there.
is my power to wield.